we're going to demonstrate the one-person arm carry. The rescuer approaches the survivor and places one arm over his neck, puts his arms under her knees and behind her shoulders, and lifts with his legs and carries the survivor out. We're going to demonstrate the pack strap carry. The rescuer stands in front of the survivor and lifts her arms over his shoulders. He crosses her arms in front of him and bends down slightly, flexing his knees, shifting her weight to his back. He'll stand up and then walk out. We're going to demonstrate the two-person lift. For the two-person carry, one rescuer is going to kneel behind the survivor, reaching under her arms and grabbing her wrists. The second rescuer will kneel to the front of the survivor, grabbing under her knees, and then communicate when we're going to lift. On three. Ready? One, two, three. And then we simply carry the survivor out. We're going to demonstrate the chair carry. We place the survivor in a chair, and one rescuer will stand to the rear and support the back. The second rescuer will use the front legs of the chair and tilt backwards, communicating when it's time to lift or move. We're going to tilt back on three. One, two, three. And we lift on three. One, two, three. I'd like to talk about the blanket roll. Now this is a soft litter and it has handles, but there's going to be cases where we don't have this type of rescue equipment on hand. So what we'll do is we'll take a blanket, a set of curtains, or anything that will support the weight of the casualty that we need to extricate, and we simply roll up the edges to make a handle that the rescuers can hold on to and carry. It would look like this. We're going to demonstrate the log roll technique. The log roll is going to be used when we need to safely reposition a patient or a survivor so we can get a stretcher or a blanket underneath them for transport. It's a team technique, and the team leader will take the position at the head of the patient and stabilize the head and neck. The other rescuers will be to one side, cross the survivor's arms over her body, and get ready to roll. On the count of three, I want you to roll towards you. One, two, three, roll. Another rescuer will position the stretcher or blanket underneath the victim. And roll back on three. One, two, three, roll. Okay. And we're going to come over to this side. We'll change sides, and then we'll get the stretcher completely underneath it. Ready? On three, roll to you. One, two, three. And on three, roll her back to her back. One, two, three. And that's the log roll technique. We're going to demonstrate the blanket drag technique. This technique is a one-person technique that's used when we absolutely have to get somebody out as quickly as possible. If the casualty is already positioned on a blanket or a soft litter, we simply support his or her head while the rescuer lifts with his legs, then drags the casualty out of the danger area. The last technique we're going to demonstrate is the blanket carry. This technique can be used with a soft litter or stretcher as well. The team leader is going to stabilize the head of the survivor. The other team members will get in a position where they can take a handle or a corner of the blanket. We're going to count off. The reason we count off is because we're going to have to go through the door in order to make sure everybody can fit. Count off.
1, 2,
3,
4.
Okay, and we're going to transport the casualty feet first so we don't bump her head as we're going through the doorway and cause further injury. Now we're going to lift on three. 1, 2, 3, lift. Okay, move to the door. We're going to enter the door by number. Ready? Number 1.
1, 2 going through,
3 going through,
4 going through.
and we're through. And when it's time to set the patient down, we communicate that. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's the blanket, Carrie.